My grandfather has always said, a man's land is his freedom. He bought his property long before the HOA came into existence, and in his eyes, they were nothing more than newcomers with clipboards. So when the HOA decided to flex their authority by building a massive wooden fence straight across the only road leading to his driveway, they didn't just block access, they declared war. It started with a letter in the mailbox for community safety. Through traffic is hereby restricted. Grandpa scoffed. The so-called through traffic was literally just him and the mailman. A week later, the fence went up overnight, 10 feet tall, reinforced posts, even a shiny lock on the gate. When Grandpa tried to drive his pickup through, he found himself trapped on his own property. The next morning, I came by to find him sitting on the porch, sipping coffee with a mischievous grin. They want a fence war? He said. Then they'll get one. That's when he pulled out the keys knot to his truck, to his old Caterpillar Bulldozer, the one that had been parked behind the barn for decades. By noon, the rumble of diesel filled the air. Neighbors peeked from behind curtains, phones, out recording what felt like the opening scene of a small-town rebellion. Grandpa, wearing his faded army cap, climbed into the driver's seat like Patton preparing for battle. The engine roared, smoke puffed, and with a slow roll forward, the bulldozer crept toward the shiny new fence. The HOA president arrived just in time, running down the road with papers in hand, shouting about rules, bylaws, and property values. Grandpa didn't even flinch. He leaned out the cab, hollered over the engine. Property value goes down when you trap a man in his own home. Then he gave the dozer a little more throttle. The fence never stood a chance. The first posts snapped like matchsticks. Boards flew into the air. The shiny lock popped uselessly to the ground. The impenetrable barrier was nothing but splinters scattered across the road. The HOA president shrieked about lawsuits, but the real police showed up. And after Grandpa calmly explained the situation, complete with property maps, showing the road was legally his, they sided with him. The officers told the HOA to pack up their clipboard crusade and reminded them that interfering with someone's lawful access could land them in court. Grandpa parked the bulldozer back behind the barn, dusted off his hands, and went back to his coffee like nothing had happened. The fence never went back up. And around here, people still talk about the day the HOA tried to blockade an old soldier, only to find themselves outmatched by a man and his bulldozer.